happy Independence Day to you all. We appreciate you for tuning in. This is Galaxy TV News. Here are our top stories. As Nigeria observes its 58th independence anniversary, President Muhammadu Buhari calls on Nigerians to remain united, expect greater democracy dividends from his administration. And on party politics, Ogun State Governor Senator Ibikunle Amosun charges supporters to be ready for direct primary. And in sports news, Super Eagles technical advisor Gernot Rohr invites 24 Super Eagles players for the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying fixture against the Mediterranean Knights. Many thanks for joining us. I am Rita Omodia. Now we'll begin with our first story here, as President Muhammadu Buhari has called on Nigerians to remain united and expect greater democracy dividends from his administration. The president, who made the call during his 58th independence anniversary broadcast on Monday, also promised to ensure free and fair elections in the country come 2019 general election. The president hailed the military and security agencies for the progress made in tackling insecurity in the country, promising to continue to empower them by deepening their professionalism and providing all the necessary force multipliers and enablers required for them to prevail on the field. The president also warned disruptive and corrosive forces on social media to desist from their acts or be prepared to face the law.
On this 1st October date, and on the eve of the start of the general election cycle, we should do well to reflect on what binds us together and the great strength our diversity bestows on us.
On the pollution of the Niger Delta, the president insists on the cleanup of polluted lands to restore hopes of the youths in the region and re-establish livelihoods. He also frowned at the age-long herders-farmers conflict and pledged to sustain and support efforts of civil society organizations, local and state governments, traditional and religious leaders in finding durable solutions to the herders-farmers crisis.
Beyond that, we know that the goals of the Boko Haram terrorists include capturing territories, destroying our democracy, and denying our children the right to education. We will not allow them to succeed.
In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari has observed the 58th Independence Day Parade at the Eagle Square, Abuja. It was shocking that Senate President Bukola Saraki and Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, were conspicuously absent from the parade, which was attended by many citizens. Our correspondent Nabuchi Okin Nabuchi brings us the details.
The last time the ceremony held at the Eagle Square was in 2010 under the administration of former President Goodluck Jonathan. That parade in 2010 was marked by bomb blasts. Since that year, subsequent Independence Anniversary Parade were held in low key at the full court of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Now, one would, however, think that the celebration would attract many, including the leaders of the National Assembly. Their absence from a national event that has nothing to do with politics speaks volume even when they were slated among special guests. President Buhari, who broke the jinx, arrived at Eagle Square, venue of the parade, around 9:30 a.m., heralding the commencement of the event. After the president's arrival were activities of the day. From inspection of guards by President Buhari, which was followed by march past in slow and quick times, to march past by paramilitary organizations, display of military equipment, guests were thrilled with the military might of the country. Most amazing of the displays were the flight maneuvers performed by 22 Air Force jets purchased by the Buhari administration. In all, the event was successful and stakeholders held the military for keeping to fate with the country.
Today you have seen what the military and Nigerian military has done, and they have showcased what they have, and they are capable of maintaining the territorial integrity of Nigerians.
Line of what we are celebrating today is that despite the challenges we are facing as a country, there is great hope for Nigeria to be a giant of Africa. Nigeria is prepared to take its place in the community of nations.
Others were excited that Nigeria is making progress among all odds.
Extremely excited about the prospects and the future of our great country. And I think that, just looking at the displays today and looking at the competence and capability of our military, there is such great hope and such great excitement. So,
well, we should be grateful to God that we've been able to celebrate in such a manner that we did. In the last 1 week, we've lined up activities telling Nigerians that prosperity is returning to this country, peace is returning to this country, and President Muhammad Buhari has been able to demonstrate that.
There were firing of volleys and the traditional 21-gun salute by the military personnel. Before departing the venue, President Buhari signed the 58th Independence Anniversary Register. Others who attended the ceremony included Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, the former heads of state Yakubu Gowon, Abdulsalami Abubakar, former military leader Oladipo Dia, and cabinet members also attended the parade.
Now, as Ogun State joins the rest of the country to celebrate the 2018 Independence Day, Ogun State Governor Senator Ibikule Amosun has urged Nigerians to continue to make sacrifices and work for the unity of the country. Amosun made this known at the Independence Day celebration held at MKO Abiola Stadium, Abeokuta, the state capital. The governor appealed to the people of the state to ensure peaceful coexistence among one another, saying only an atmosphere of peace would facilitate progress and development.
In the midst of all the socio-economic challenges, it is no wonder that we have been able to transit to a stable democratic government since 1999. Let me say that democracy has worked okay in Nigeria, as we are currently enjoying 19 years of an only period of democratic rule in the history of our great country.
Still on reactions now, the live broadcast of the Independence Day speech by President Muhammad Buhari has been faulted for its position on the use of the social media in the country. Speaking with Galaxy's Godfrey Shemoge in Abuja Monday, a lawyer and activist, Frank Tietie, says the narrative, which smacks of calling for crackdown on free speech on the social media, is potentially dangerous, particularly in the build-up to next year's general elections.
That was a very dangerous aspect in that speech. Very dangerous indeed. Because there is no justification why the president should be, fearful of the liberal atmosphere the social media creates. This is not the first time within the life of this administration where the social media has come under attack.
Tietie says the social media only constitutes a threat to a government that is not transparent in running the affairs of a country. On the improved fortunes of the national economy, as noted in the Independence Day broadcast, the Abuja-based activists fault the economic indices noted by Buhari.
We have run an unpredictable political climate, and that has not given much of encouragement to foreign direct investment. And we cannot also say that farming, which is much of a traditional engagement our people have been involved in over the years, cannot be something that the president can point to, that there has been a huge investment to justify the claim that there's diversification of the economy from over-reliance on oil.
Now, while reacting to this year's 58th independence anniversary, the Buhari-led administration has been scored low for failing to fulfill the numerous campaign promises, and as such has presented practically nothing to give Nigerians cause to celebrate. This position is the main thrust at a joint media briefing in Abuja Monday by the Charles Oputa-led Al-Mumudondu Movement, Connected Development Code, and the Shiite group, the Islamic Movement of Nigeria. The groups lament the general poor state of critical infrastructure in the country, such as healthcare, education, the economy and security, which they say amounts to Nigerians now being worse off in the past 3 years of the current government.
87 naira in 2015, fuel price is now 144 naira and even higher in a few places in the country. In 2015, a bag of rice, 50 kg, was 8,500, but now sells for 17,500. Additionally, one bag of beans sold between 20 to 22,000 in 2015, but now sells between 30 to 39,000.
The shame is on all of us.
Yes, so
it was on us, the citizen.
Yes.
Is our mumu actually done? Our mumu don't really do. Nigerian people, now more than ever before, we must rise for our democracy.
Yes.
Because if we don't rise for our democracy, then we're not truly independent.
In the meantime, a pan-Yoruba group, Yoruba Koya Movement, has again stressed the need to restructure Nigeria's political, economic and social structures, as well as return to regional system of government. The group, which reaffirmed its position during Independence Day crusade for restructuring in Lagos, called for the enactment of new People's Constitution and housing for all. They highlighted the importance of unveiling the group's memorandum on restructuring to the States Assembly, entitled A Restructured Yoruba Nation in Nigeria Federation. They explained that restructuring would help address destruction of farmlands in Yoruba land and also protect their land against external aggression. Some of the dignitaries at the event underscored the need for free and compulsory primary and secondary education, which would be of quality and affordable.
Niger Delta, we know their position. In the Middle Belt, we know their position. Even amongst the minorities in the core north, we know that the majority, the vast majority of Nigeria wants restructuring. So that whether any politician for short-term objectives, whether they are singing another tune, whether they are changing their language, they are making distinctions, geographical, as against restructuring doesn't bother. We are going to get restructuring.
The Southeast, the Middle Belt, the Southwest, we're all putting this issue of restructuring together. And it's getting traction. And the reasons why we are here today, one of the reasons is that it will gain more traction from today. It's always good to establish something. If you don't establish it, you can't go anywhere.
Even in Yoruba land, there are people who still oppose restructuring. And it is basically because they do not understand it. Some people think that restructuring amounts to breaking up the country. We do not want to break up the country. We understand the benefits, the advantages of a unified entity. But we are talking of a unified entity under devolution of powers.
Still ahead, Amosun charges supporters to be ready for direct primary. Details of this and other stories when Galaxy News returns. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Galaxy TV News. For more updates and latest news, visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTV Nigeria. You can follow or interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GalaxyTV, or tweet at us at GalaxyTV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at @OfficialGalaxyTV. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. Straight now to party politics. The Ogun State Governor, Senator Ibikule Amosun, has met his loyalists in the All Progressives Congress in the state to give them updates after the postponement of the governorship direct primary slated for September 30th, 2018. Amosun urged them to continue to render their support for him and the party, irrespective of distractions from those trying to reap from where they do not sow. He vowed to mobilize them for the primaries whenever and wherever they want to hold it, noting that he would not allow anybody to use any alien card or slips for the exercise in the state.
They are operating AM, we are doing FM. So all this rubbish, they are running, they are calling, they are coming, just calm down. And that's why I said, just calm down. Any day that they say they are ready, we are here.
Still talking politics. As the race to the 2019 general elections intensifies, the African Democratic Congress in Ogun State says the party is a credible alternative the general public is looking forward to have. Ogun ADC Central Senatorial Chairman Ekundayo Okpale made this known at a rally of Ogun Central Senatorial District's meeting. Okpale said the meeting is aimed at telling the people how much preparation is put forward towards the general elections.
Good alternative. We are a disciplined party and hopefully ready to meet all the circumstances that are happening around us. Now we have about 6 months about the elections. We are getting ready and strong to be able to meet any challenges, including challenges of discipline.
Concerning ADC in Ogun State, we have a perfect structure that accommodates everybody. We have our constitution that we followed, and we have guidelines. We have code of conduct. All these are sounded to the members of the party for them to know that these are the guidelines we are following, these are the constitution we are following, and we ensure that everybody is taken along.
Some of the aspirants also spoke on the programs and policies they intend to implement if given the opportunity to serve.
As a former lawmaker, I know what it entails to represent the people at the senatorial level in the Senate. The power to make laws and also the dividends of democracy will be brought back to our people.
Ogun State Senatorial District, that is the area known as the Egba land, has not been having good representation over there. I can remember the days of Chief J.O. or Debbie. That's the last time the Egba people had a good representation.
We want to bring the governance closer to the people. And like I said, that at least in 33 months, we should be holding meeting with our constituency so that we don't get disconnected. The problem we've been having in governance is that people get disconnected from the people at the grassroots.
Now, some groups have called on the government for more openness and transparency in governance through open budget policies and procurement processes by making information available online for citizens. Addressing journalists in Port Harcourt, Senior Programs Officer of a non-governmental organization, Social Action, Peter Mazi, tasked citizens to participate fully in budget planning and implementation.
Maintain that one of the criteria for measuring openness is the availability of these budget documents and other fiscal documents on the official website of the state government. We therefore urge the state government to upload the appropriation bill in the state website as a matter of duty it owes to its citizens.
Commending government on measures put in place to ensure transparency and accountability, the group requested that government should take it beyond political procedure and establish the achievements through legislative bills.
Because in most of those states, before now, they have been operating a very recluse system. But so far, a whole lot of them are beginning to open up.
As our measure, openness. First of all, is that the budget documents and all fiscal documents should be available proactively to citizens.
Now, determined to ensure that Nigerian youths explore the opportunities that abound in the information, communication and technology sector, the Gateway ICT Polytechnic, SAPADE, has established the Apps Development Center. Speaking on what necessitated the center, Rector Gateway ICT Polytechnic, Dr. Isaiah Oyeyinka, said the aim is to train undergraduates that will be independent, imbibe the entrepreneurial spirit, and be self-sustaining in the country that is relatively dependent on oil. On the part, Ogun State Commissioner for Education, Udukwe Mujota, said the government will work to ensure the institution partners with global players on sustainable development in apps development.
Yeah, we want to train people that are independent, that are not job seeker. Not only that we will train them in app development, we also do technology incubation. We will nourish their company to grow before we release them to the society.
The hub for app development for this area, and I dare say beyond. So I'm looking forward to a lot of creativity. We're also going to be trying to connect the school with global players so that, who knows, the likes of Google and the lot may take a look at what we're doing here, but it's indeed a great work.
Dr. Oyeyinka said the Polytechnic is committed to continuing its determination to provide qualitative programs in engineering, science and technology, ICT, within the mandate of the National Policy on Education and subject to regulations of the National Board for Technical Education.
Our goal and pursuit in this respect is to sustain the full accreditation status of our program and to maintain the 70-30 ratio of admission in favor of technology-based programs.
Away from all that, a story making headlines in the sporting arena.
In the world of sport, Super Eagles technical advisor Gannett Rowe has invited inform Ahmed Musa and 23 players for this month double take 2019 African Cup of Nations qualifying fixture against Libya. Arsenal FC of England forward Alex Nwobi will return alongside with Italy-based duo of William Troost-Ekong and Olaoluwa Aina. All three missed the 3-0 win over Seychelles in Meher last month due to injury. Goalkeeper Nkechukwu Ezenwa is the only home-based player in the list. China-based forward Odion Ighalo and Russian-based defender Brian Idowu are also among the pack that has been called to hunt the 6th maximum point against Group E leaders Libya on match day 3 and 4 games. Nigeria hosts the first leg at the Godswill Apabio Stadium in Uyo on Saturday, 13th of October, and will return to schedule for the 18,000 capacity Stade Marie in Tunisia on Tuesday, 16th of October. Also back in the Super Eagles squad is winger Moses Simon, who was edged out of the World Cup party by injury. Former junior international Isaac Success is also called into the list. Italy-based Simeon Nwankwo, who was in the Seychelles match and scored against Liberia in the friendly last month, was omitted. 2015 Under-17 World Cup winning captain Kelechi Nwakali is also overlooked. All invited players are to report to the Akwa Ibom State capital on Monday, 8th of October 2018. Asamoah Gyan has been recalled to the Ghana squad for their upcoming 2019 African Cup of Nations qualifier against Sierra Leone. Gyan, Ghana's all-time leading scorer, missed the Black Stars' surprise 1-0 loss to Kenya in September. The 32-year-old has played just twice this season for his Turkish club, Kayserispor, and is yet to score. Ghana hosts Sierra Leone on 11th of October and travel to Freetown to face the same opponents 4 days later. There is still no place for coach Kwesi Appiah's list for the Ayew brothers, Andre and Jordan. Inter Milan's Kwadwo Asamoah retains his place in the squad after returning to the team from the 1-0 loss to Kenya after a 4-year absence. The Black Stars' loss to Kenya means all 4 teams in the Group F have 3 points from 2 matches. African nations will support Gianni Infantino for re-election as FIFA president, the head of the Continental Football Federation, Ahmed, said on Monday. Infantino, a former deputy head of UEFA, was first elected in 2016 to succeed Sepp Blatter when the scandal that engulfed the governing body for world football was at its height. The next presidential election will be held in Paris in June 2019, and Infantino has said he will stand. Infantino expressed his gratitude for African backing and believed to have supported Ahmed when he ousted the long-time CAF president Issa Hayatou in March 2017.
Now, for more updates and latest news, visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTV Nigeria. You can follow or interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GalaxyTV, or tweet at us at GalaxyTV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at @OfficialGalaxyTV. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. And that's Galaxy TV News at this time. Do join us again at 10 for our flagship bulletin. I am Rita Omodia. Many thanks for staying tuned.
Beat expression from creativity.